truthfully, when I first saw this, I thought, what in the most generic shooter game am I watching? And the more I started watching it, I got a little bit more excited. I still don't think it's one of the best shooter games that I've seen or first person shooters like at all, but it grew on me a little bit more as I learned and really watched the trailer. And so what it is, it's a first person shooter. There's four different teams, and on each team there's uh four players, and it's a hero shooter. And the whole premise of this game is you eliminate each team by draining their energy or their power. It's energy is their power, by eliminating enemies and reviving your own enemies to not enemies, your own players, own teammates to increase your energy by uploading hearts and things like that. So let me pull up the trailer. There's honestly not a whole lot to unpack. There's a lot of questions I have for this game, and whether or not it's going to be successful, I think relies on some of these questions. So let me go ahead and pull up the trailer. Dave, what are your initial thoughts?
I saw one comment that I really love, and it basically just said Overwatch and Fortnite had a baby.
So I had that similar response. I put Fortnite, Overwatch, and what was the other one I had? There's one other word I put in it. Let me see in my final thoughts here. Oh yeah, finals, Overwatch, it's finals and Overwatch with Fortnite art style is what I
Right.
put. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I put. So here's the trailer. Starts off with just some random shooting, and as you can see, it definitely has that Overwatch like feel of like there's different characters doing different abilities, and the maps are kind of similar to Overwatch the way it's kind of set up. And then the four-player base like that as well. And then as you see here, the heart is that is the heart that you upload and try to gain more power. One thing that I thought was really cool, there's a flash of the map on the top right.
Yep.
Each team has a different section of the map, and I'm guessing that's where you spawn, but also like your control point of where you upload your heart, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, where it kind of felt generic to me is the weapons. The fact that there's like really no recoil to any of them, and they're just kind of basic looking guns. And that's where I kind of like almost drew the lines like, okay, this is going to be the worst FPS that we've ever talked about on the game, but Concord is definitely way up there. I think this one has a little bit more personality than Concord and some others that we've talked about, but I still think it's simple. I don't think it has anything that's overly flashy. That's really, wow, this game is gonna take the world by storm, the gaming industry by storm, if that makes sense.
I have some questions, and
Yeah.
maybe you could clear it up. I was having a hard time finding this out. Is there just one game mode?
That is one of my biggest thoughts with this game. If this game has only one game mode, I think that's going to kind of kill the game pretty quickly. I think it'll be fun for how a lot of these games are, like the finals, Splitgate. Like Splitgate had a lot of different game modes. The finals has like a few, but it just it became so repetitive, and you did the same thing. And I know I love Call of Duty, or like former Call of Duty lover here. I still play them, but it's I felt like the variety of different game modes kept me more intrigued with Call of Duty, where like I tried domination, I do capture the flag, I do hardcore team deathmatch, kill confirmed, and a bunch of others. And I feel like this only having one game mode really is going to set them up for failure. And yeah, I didn't see anything else about any additional game modes.
Yeah, because I was looking at it and I was like looking at the upload the heart mechanic, and to me, that kind of feels like a game mode, But they've kind of established it as like a core principle of the game, so that makes me think that there's only one game mode, and I think if there's only one game mode, people are going to kind of get bored.
Pretty quickly. And that's exactly how I felt with it as well. Um but like I said, I thought it got me a little bit more intrigued the more I watched. There's other things that I am concerned about additional to let me step back here. Let's go over the game mode a little bit more. So, like Dave said, the whole premise is you're trying to drain the other team's energy by eliminating them avoiding letting them revive their teammates, and to keep your energy from depleting by uploading the hearts to charge them specific points on the map, reviving your teammates. The heart can also be hacked by other teams to give them the energy, so that's pretty cool. And then when two of the four teams are eliminated, then it becomes like a final showdown where the two final teams, it's a no respawn, kind of like a the search and destroy. You die once, you're done kind of situation, and the map closes in on its space on itself, similar to like a battle royale. And yeah, like it's gonna be fun for a few hours, but other than that, I don't think that it's gonna hold people's attention very long for very long term play through, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's how it's kind of working, right? It's basically like a group battle royale, and then at the end, it's turning into like a 1v1 team based hero shooter, right? Yeah.
And another thing is they don't. I know it's pretty early on, and they have a playtest sign up, so you can definitely sign up for that on their website. But for me, I felt like they don't have enough characters either. Like, granted, it's very early on in terms of like they're having playtests, so I'm guessing they're gonna expand their players. But right now, there's only four characters, and they don't do a great job of explaining it. Um, the only one I really saw is Rickshaw. He's a support hero. I'm guessing kind of tank healer situation. Jazz is it's the gecko looking one. He can go camo and things like that. And then Ava and Koji, I didn't see too much on. It says Ava likes technology, so I'm guessing she's gonna have some tech related stuff. Koji has like a rocket arm. So I mean that's pretty cool. And then weapon wise, there's also not very many weapons. There's a shotgun, a sniper, assault rifle, and a pistol. And there's customization with that. Like you have different mods and different perks to fit your play style. But I just don't think there's enough to keep everybody's attention for a long time.
It's interesting to see this idea of a hero shooter kind of turn into a battle royale because I don't know, it's weird. Battle royale games, you just there's, number one, like you said, there's not enough characters, and that's why battle royales always just do skins with customization. And then not enough weapons too. It's like not enough abilities. I don't know. It's weird. Like this it works in a game like Overwatch, right? Where you have five characters, six, seven, eight characters, whatever, and specific. Yeah, a lot now, but I mean, when it originally started, it was like six characters or something, right? So that kind of works, but to just have these same four characters just duplicate, I don't know how many teams are going to drop into this battle royale, but say like these same four characters are duplicated, 12 times because there's 12 teams on a map at one time, all fighting.
Four teams per map.
It's four teams per
Yeah,
map.
so there's 16 total players.
So okay, so these four characters are going to be duplicated four times.
Yeah.
And what they're just going to color code them to like
I'm
signify
guessing,
team
yeah, red,
differences.
blue, yellow, purple.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet. I think one aspect that is kind of cool is the traversal of the game. Like using the magnetic ability to like pull yourself closer to specific points on the map. The environmental items that you can pull with magnetization and throw them at people or use it as shield. So that's some cool elements. But like I said, I just don't know how well this is going to go if they don't increase the amount of content and game modes and characters right off the jump. If they release this game with four characters and one game mode and four weapons, I don't think it's going to go very well.
I have two schools of thought here. It's like part of me wants to say that this game is going to flop because it doesn't. And guys, if you guys see this video, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to talk crap about your game, but it just doesn't feel like an original idea that people would grasp onto. So like part of me feels like this game is going to flop, but the other part of me is just like I'm going to be honest, dude, like hero shooters are so popular right now. Like I don't know. Somebody's gonna play it for sure.
I think what it's going to do is like all these games that release like this. We talked about this in the past. There's the core games that will never be dethroned. Overwatch, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Halo, things like that are never going to be dethroned, but there'll always be a surge of these types of games that will test the limits a little bit or test the waters of like, oh, here's a new game that's going to be better than Overwatch for 2 weeks. And then everybody goes right back to Overwatch or Apex. And I think that's what's going to happen with this game. It's going to be fun for the first 3 weeks. It's going to have a solid player base for a while. And then it'll dip down even lower. And then eventually they'll do some type of update where it's like, come back. We've updated all this. It's a much funner game. But at that point, it's too late. I think that's where this is going to happen. Like the life cycle of these types of games. Like you see it with X Defiant and you see it with other games like this. The finals is like it. The finals player base, it's pretty solid. Like it's pretty there's a good player base that's still playing the game, I think, but I haven't checked it in a while. But I think that's what's gonna happen with this game. And then you saw with Concord, that game is dead before it even started.
Yeah, Concord's dead in the water, and like
We talked about that what's gonna happen with the first is a live service game and it was a paid live service game.
I could be wrong here, but I do feel like Overwatch is definitely the audience that they're kind of targeting here. No, I know Overwatch isn't perfect. I know a lot of people who were fans of the original Overwatch kind of when 2 came out, maybe got a little disappointed in some things, maybe not super happy with it. But like, I don't know if the problems with Overwatch are enough to have people pull away, right? Because people love Overwatch still, and basically what you're hoping for is this game is Overwatch. You know what I mean? And it's like it's hard to roll the dice and take a chance on a game that's not proven, that doesn't have a following, when you're just kind of hoping that it's just as good as something that already exists.
Yeah, and I just did a quick look here. Overwatch still has 47,000 players playing it on Steam right now. And you look at the finals, not too bad. 12,379, but let's see if we were to look 6 months ago, the max it got was 31,000 and then when it first came out, December it had 217,000 people playing. And then literally after a couple weeks it completely now it's down to 12,000. So and that's just the life of these games, and it's unfortunate because I know they're not terrible games. They're all pretty fun, but the fact is nothing will beat these big AAA games, unfortunately.
And it's just investment wise, right? Because like you're gonna buy the game, you might buy a scan, you might, you're investing money into this, and you just like, I don't know, you're just rolling the dice that this one is gonna be the different one that stands the test of time and actually joins the ranks of these juggernaut games that have been proven to have a fan base and stay afloat for years and years and years.
One game to really think about that is not dying like whatsoever. CS:GO. That game has been out. I know it's CS:GO 2 now, but I don't know when the original came out. I don't know the specific date, but there's over 500,000 players playing right now on Steam. And that the game is it didn't try to break anything. It's the game isn't super complicated. You know what I mean? The game's a simple game. It it's but they're putting the effort into it constantly. They're always making updates, they're always making it good. And these new games are trying to figure out what's the flashiest thing we can do to make the game fun short term. And then they lose the attention. People like the new stuff, but they always go back to what's the most simple, what's the most fluid, and that's what's happening with these games too, I think.
I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's just like if you have just like disposable income and you're just like, whatever, I'll just throw money at it and see if it's okay. It's like, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's fine. But for some people that are like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're choosing between this and a different game that you want. It's like, I don't know. If you choose this, like, you might have fun for like a month.
I'd like to know if this game is free, if it's going to turn into a live service based game, kind of like Overwatch now. Because if this is going to be a paid game, they 100% need more characters. If they come out with this game with 4 characters and they charge, let's say, not even a full retail $70, but like $40, you need to have more than 4 characters. You need to have more than 4 weapons. That is going to be a huge turnoff for many people if they don't. add more if it's a paid game.
I mean, even if it is a free game, they need more than 4
No,
weapons.
100%. But what I'm saying is nobody's going to buy it if this is a paid game and you only have this amount of content. Again, it's early in the stages. There's playtests, they're getting feedback. And I really hope they take some of this feedback and say, okay, we need more content. We need more game modes, more maps. But other than that, I really do like the feel of the game. It's got that Fortnite art style, the map creation or the map aesthetic is really cool. It's vibrant. I love vibrant games. And I really like the 4 section map concept. I think that's really neat. Um, but I'm curious to know the developer actually has played a role in like the EA Battlefronts, Battlefield games. So they have the experience to make good first person shooters. So I'm just curious to see what this will turn into.
I mean, I don't wish it bad at all. You know what I mean? Like I wish it all the best. Like it could be the next like big thing, which is, if it is, great. I just yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like just trying to throw something together real quick with some elements that are proven to be popular, mixed in with some new element. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wish I had like a definitive opinion on this, but it's so hard because I just don't. I just don't see what they're going for. But also in this day of like hero shooters just being kind of everything, I'm like, it could work.
I think to really get a good feel of the game, it's you're gonna have to play the playtest and really see how it feels and how fluid it is. And so if you're interested in this game, make sure to sign up for the playtest. I did because I do like hero shooters. Um, but I'm really curious to see what this turns into.
As of right now, I kind of get like a half thumb. I mean, a little bit of a half thumb, wishing it all the best. So, I mean, I hope it's good, but yeah, it's really going to come down to this playtest and like the amount of content updates we receive from now until launch day.
Don't have a launch day specifically. They do have the website up so you can um, join in the playtest or sign up for the playtest and hopefully you get in. But let us know in the comments if this is something we're missing or is this another cycle of the first person hero shooter games. Yeah, I would say my outlook of the game is much more positive than I first saw when I first watched it. I think it looks a lot more refreshing. Gun wise, it's a little bit generic. Character models, though, I think are pretty good. I think they have some unique style to them other than Concord again. But anyway, we're just crapping on Concord. Let us know in the comments what you think. Yeah, that's all I got for this, Dave.
Let us know in the comments what you think. I think we can all agree, if anything, it will be better than Concord.